tanks like the Matilda. So
exactly.
the British had learnt to concentrate good armoured vehicles, the Char B2, and well, very heavy. It was like the Matilda.
Yeah, the S35s, the Samur.
How they grew in the developments. Yeah, we wouldn't see that these days. It takes years of R&D development to get anywhere.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the early failings as well. I mean, you look at the French. The French, a lot of them had radios in their vehicles, but they were too scared to use it because they were worried the Germans would intersect their radio transmissions.
Yes, well,
the critical failure you see with early World War II tank designs, you don't have a dedicated commander in the turret. And when you don't have that dedicated commander who can't focus, no radio communication, your method of signals is kicking the driver in the back, it's very difficult to command a vehicle like that.
The Allies certainly learnt some harsh lessons at the beginning of the war.
B1 Bis and the Char B1s, as you were saying. I mean, you've got the story of Yuri at Ston. He charged straight through a French village and knocked out, I think it's something around 15 German tanks by himself. Yep. Independent action. And you read some of those stories and you look at the whole French army as a whole, and it's really sad how, the decisions of some have let down the majority.
Well, the British and French tactics of the day was to penny packet their armour and not concentrate it like the Germans did.
Exactly.
This enabled the Germans to... The Germans would have to have been the most professional army at the time and had the best armoured tactics. But it didn't take long for the Allies to catch up, and the Russians.
Absolutely. And, bit of a jump from flag signals to crew
holy
radios.
Smoke. It's hard to contemplate from the armoured forces from 1939 through to 1945 how they were transformed and how they...
So to answer your question, John Doe, there, yes, as we did mention earlier, the T-34 is a post-war production. It's a Polish manufacture.
The French used these Greyhounds and a lot of American vehicles in their Vietnam conflict.
Did they use?
Could have been a different story, but the Germans were
Absolutely.
far superior during the Blitzkrieg.
So guys, as you see going around the track now, we've got our M8 Greyhound. So our Greyhound came from Holland. It's actually interesting. I'll have a little tidbit about it. It's got a Sigma of Easy Company, 506, the 101st US Airborne, which is a nice little extra feature to the vehicle. I'm not sure why they've got the gun around backwards, but it's a fun vehicle.
They're mounting the 50 cal towards the front and the 37 around to the rear, and
As
it's
you
an
do.
interesting
Configuration,
combination.
yeah.
Yes, but again, a very good, reliable armoured vehicle, and used all the way up into the 70s through the 50s, up until 56 when they were defeated at Dien Bien Phu.
Well, they flew Chaffees in there, didn't they?
They had M24 Chaffers.
They disassembled them, reassembled them on the airstrip.
Yep. And in fact, if you go to Dien Bien Phu today, the wrecks of those M24 Chaffees are in the battlefield where they were knocked out. The Vietnamese have erected little plaques to tell you the story of who the crew were and who knocked them out. It's quite remarkable.
You have to give credit to the Vietnamese. I've been to Vietnam twice, and work they do there on all sides of the conflict.
Absolutely. And they hold no grudge.
No.
When they've been in that many wars.
With that many people, what was it, the French, and then the Americans, and the Australians, and the South
and
Koreans?
And the Chinese in 1975. Holy smoke.
Then the Chinese, you've got to tack it all up. So, William, thank you very much for your comments. We tried pretty hard here to enjoy the stream today.
I can hear something very big over there behind the trees starting up.
I think that might be R85.
They